New developments in a fact finder investigation that we first broke for you last month. A Wichita man now admits to stealing body parts from Wesley Medical Center over the course of several years. He pleaded guilty Monday in a Pennsylvania courtroom. Fact finder investigator Brandon Stick joining us now with those new details tonight.
That's right, Rachel. Angelia Piera pleaded guilty to interstate transportation of stolen goods. Now, those stolen goods were human remains, and here's what we're learning tonight. Piera worked at Wesley Medical Center here in Wichita between May of 2018 and July of 2022. Now, according to Penn Live Patriot News, they report that during that time, Piera arranged to sell body parts to another man, Andrew Essenian, in Pennsylvania. An assistant U.S. attorney says the two had arranged the sales of the body parts on eBay. We know that they are body parts from autopsies and other medical procedures, but we have no other details of exactly what they are. Both men pleaded guilty on Monday. Now, sentencing has yet to be determined, but both men could face up to 10 years in prison, although a defense attorney says that they do not believe the maximum sentence will be imposed.